おはようございます。今日はひらがな、ま、み、む、め、も、や、ゆ、よを勉強します。You can find Mami Mu Memo in our classroom Kana book, 11ページ. Or you can watch a video, go to Kantan Kana lesson 7. これはまです。Ma has 3 strokes as you can see here. 1, 2, 3. And some of the strategies for this are kind of interesting. The first one is Mom has 4 hands and is kneeling. So essentially it looks something like this. This is the kneeling part right here. And then here's Mom's head. And she's got 4 hands or 4 arms, if you want to think of it. And that's because we all know moms are busy. The other one is a baby cries mama. So this is the 2 outstretched hands here. Then you kind of have to think of, I don't know, the other set on the other side. And the little legs and whatever this is, pajamas. Mi. Mi is quite easy. It's ichi, ni. So now a lot of people make a mistake and draw this like this. They think of 21 and they go like this. For some reason they forget that loop right there. So remember there is a loop there. And as you can see, here's the strategy right here. Me, I'm 21. Kore wa mu desu. Mu is quite interesting. It has 3 strokes. So, ichi, it's kind of hard to make. It's kind of like su where you have that loop in there, but you want it to be flush with the stroke itself. Ni, san. Now, our strategy for this is really interesting. It's cow's moo. So this is supposed to look like a cow's face. Now, I don't think they've done a especially good job with this one. I think it should look like this. Okay, so here's the cow's horns. Technically, they're a little bit straighter than that. And then you have the cow's nose and the jaw coming around like this. And then this is the ear right here. I guess they did that down here as well. But in any case, looks like there are a couple different ways to write this. So notice here that this one seems to be fairly flush. This loop right here seems to be fairly flush with the jaw, so the nose is close down here. However, with this one in the middle here, the large one, this is a little bit higher up, as you can see here. It's not as far down this way, so it's up to you. I find it's a little easier to write it this way, because then you can kind of use that loop as a guide for the jaw portion. Kore wa me desu. Me looks a lot like nu. So it has 2 strokes, ichi, ni. But instead of having that curl at the end, like nu does, think of it as ramen, with the me part representing the sound, with the no curl at the end. So 2 chopsticks. And it's ramen, doesn't actually have a noodle at the end, or the curl of the noodle at the end. Another one is, this is a Japanese word for eye. So someone has made a representation here where this could kind of look like an eye, perhaps a cat's eye or something, a strange looking lizard eye. And that is me. Kore wa mo desu. Mo has 3 strokes, ichi, ni, san. And I love the strategy for this one because you can catch more fish with 2 worms on your hook. So these represent the 2 worms. Actually, I think I do write it like this. This usually should be written like this. I know, I probably do both. In any case, it's quite a good visual. じゃあ読みましょうか. Go ahead and pause, see if you can read these, and then restart the video to check your answers. で、これはあ、め. Remember, a is I caught a fish. Me is for ramen. or men. Actually, you can think of it as men because that is the word for noodle in general. 次は手, table. Ga, the can girl kicking it up. Me, I'm 21. 次はmusubi. Mu, the shape of the cow's face. Su, pregnant Su. He with a 10-10, so he is that smiley face. He. 次は毎日. So Ma has 4 hands. She's kneeling. I for Hawaii. Ni, that shape of the leg with the knee right there. And then Chi for cheerleader. So 毎日, every day. 次は窓. So Ma has 4 legs, kneeling. Do is the toe, right, with the thorn sticking out. So mado. Ka, I, mo, no. So ka, kicking it up, doing the can. I for the 2 eyes in Hawaii, or the 2 eels. Mo, I can catch more fish if I have 2 worms on my hook. And no is no smoking, no skating. Oops, that's not looking too great. Soregara, me, ga, ne, glasses. So me for men, which is the word for noodle, or ramen. Ga, kicking it up with a can. Ne, that's the shape of the cat, right, with the curly tail, the neko. それから、みなさん. This is what I address all of my emails because it means everyone. So me, 21. Na is the nun who's sitting at the cross. That's her halo up there, kneeling at the cross, I guess. Sa is a shape of a saw. And un looks like a cursive N, but it has a longer stem. Actually, technically, it looks like an H. De, tsugi wa me. And this is quite appropriate because this looks also like an eyeball, perhaps with a strange line through it. じゃあ書きましょうか. What I would do here actually is pause the video, practice those characters a little bit, look at your kana book and see, just make sure you're writing it properly in proper proportion. And I would restart the video after you've written these words out and check it. So, first one is a, me. So I caught a fish, and then me looks like new without the curly end. Te is the shape of a table. Ga, kicking up with a can. Me, I'm 21. Musubi is kind of my favorite character here. So you have mu with the ear, don't forget the ear. Su is pregnant, and bi is he, like laughing. Mainichi. Ma has 4 hands, she's kneeling. I for eels. Be careful with this one. A lot of people try to write this a little bit longer here, but this looks like D then. So make sure it's shorter. Ni for the shape of a knee, and chi for that cheerleader who's jumping up with her legs underneath her. Mado, again we have ma for mom with the 4 hands, and do, the toe with the thorn in it. Tsugi wa kaimono, shopping. Ka, kicking up with a can. I for 2 eels. Mo, you can catch more fish with the 2 worms. And no, kind of looks like an N, doesn't it? Like sometimes if you write an N like this. Megane. Me is ramen without the curly noodle at the end. Ga, kicking it up with a can. And ne looks like the cat with a curly tail who's scratching itself on the post. Minasan. Me, I'm 21. Na is the cross with the nun kneeling next to it with the halo on top. Sa is the shape, oops, mine connected there. Shape of a saw. Not sure if we've actually studied this yet, so you may not know how to write that. Me, is ramen noodles with no curl. You can find ya yu yo in our classroom kana book, 13 peiji desu. So as you've gathered by now, 10 in Japanese is ju or ju. To watch a video, go to Kantan Kana Lesson 8. これはやです. Ya is quite interesting. It has 3 strokes. 1, 2, 3. It seems like you would write it like this. 1, 2, 3. And I suspect that most people do. That's okay as long as it looks all right. This looks like a yak's face. Kind of a cartoon character of a yak. So here is the face, here's the horn, here's the other horn that comes down into the neck. So it's a yak. Notice that this one over here has a line going through it. Now that's a particular font style. I actually think that it often doesn't go through, so be careful with that one. これは U です. U's quite interesting looking. It has 2 strokes. 1, 2, and it looks like a fish. So the strategy at the bottom here, you have the shape of a fish, and then here are the fins right here. So be careful. A lot of people miss this portion right here. This is actually quite large. What I see is people writing it like this, and they forget that this part, it should be bigger there. And oddly enough, the word for fish in Chinese anyway is yu. これはよです. Yo has 2 strokes, or 1, 2. And the strategy for this one is that it looks like a yo-yo. So this is the part where it's your finger right here, and then you have the yo-yo down here, so it's going up and down. じゃあ読みましょうか. Pause the video, see if you can read these words, and restart when you're ready to check your answers. So, ya, ma, fu, yu, Fujisan, and then the shape of your fish. You have a fish, and maybe you can think of it that way. Yo, ya, ku. Ya, nu, shi, landlord. Yanushi. Yume, dream. Yoku, often. Yasai, yasai, vegetable. Yukata, a light cotton kimono was worn in the summertime. Yomu, to read. じゃあ書きましょうか. Again, I'd pause the video, get out your kana book, and practice these for a little bit. And anything else you feel like you don't remember, and then restart the page to check your answers. So, ya is the shape of the yak. Remember, this is the face. Then you've got the horn here, the other horn that leads down to the neck. Ma, we just learned that, and that's mom with 4 hands who's kneeling. Fuyu, fu. Okay, this is a tricky one, remember. Looks like Fuji-san or Mr. Fuji's nose. Yu is the shape of a fish. You have a fish. Yoyaku. Yo is the yo-yo with either, this is the finger holding the string. Ya, the shape of a yak space. Ku is the cuckoo bird's beak. Then we have ya again, so ya, shape of a yak. Nu with the chopsticks and the noodle. She has a pretty flip in her hair, or a ponytail. Yume is you have a fish. Mei is ramen, the chopsticks, no curl at the end. Yoku is yo for the yo-yo. Ku for the cuckoo bird's beak. Yasai is ya, that yak, shape of a saw. Eat for eels. And yukata is you have a fish. Ka, kicking it up like the can. Ta. I haven't seen this for a while. It's a T and an A, which is the top and the bottom. Yomu is a yo-yo. And then mu is the shape of the cow's face. Don't forget the ear.